What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Garage Builds. Today we're going to be working on the Nitro Kyosho buggy 1/8 scale, and we're going to be doing our first upgrade. And for that, we are going to be using some 80 weight shock oil. We're gonna upgrade the shock oil before we take it to the track. That's the first thing we're going to do on it as an upgrade. And we also have an extra upgrade. If you guys want to stay tuned later on, we'll be installing this. A steel spur gear. We have this coming up. And if you guys are looking to race your Kyosho, these are the parts that you will need as an extra. These are like the weak points of this RC car. These are the rear carriers right here for the rear. And these are the front. I think they're cast. I forgot what kind of metal these are, but they supposedly crack. So make sure you have some spares if you want to take it running to the track. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But for now, let's remove the shocks and let's see what we can do to it. First, we're gonna start by screwing the bottom. One screw on the bottom, one screw on the top. But for the top one, you can just pop it off. I'll show you guys. Alright. Alright. Now that we got the first screw out, put that to the side. And the top one, you can just pop it off. Should be able to pop this. Yeah, there you go. So you can pop it out. And your front shock should be right out. Then we got one shock out. We could go to the next side. You know, this isn't really necessary if you're a beginner. I mean, I'm a beginner, but I want to better this car a little bit. And I know that the 80 weight shock oil is gonna help it with the dampening. It's gonna slow down the dampening whenever I hit a jump. So I'm pretty sure that should help. Got the second screw out. Put it to the side with our other screws. And we just pop it out from the top. There, the second shock should be right out. Alright, so that's the front ones. We're gonna put that to the side. And we're gonna do the front ones first, and then we're gonna get to the rear. Alright guys, I just did the first one and I wasn't recording. But I have the second one here and I'm going to show you guys. So for you to take apart your shock, the first thing you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to push this bottom part up so you can come off at the bottom. You're gonna push up your spring. Once you have this out, it's gonna have a gap. You can just push this out. It should come out. There we go. Once you get this out, your spring will come out. Once your spring is out, you can just unscrew the top. And don't be worried if you don't like how your car is handling with the oil you put to it. You know, you can always mess around with different oil weights so you can see how the car reacts or how it feels to whatever fits you best. And you can just pour your old shock fluid into your cup, your shock oil. Yeah, just let it drain. So we're gonna let these drain out. Okay, now that you got them nice and clean, you can get your shock coil of preference. I prefer the 80 weight. I'm gonna fill her up all the way to the top. And the first thing you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to press this up. Get some fluid all the way in the bottom. And you're gonna see bubbles coming out. Make sure you do this till all the bubbles come out. And try not to cap these off until all the bubbles are gone. Make sure you get all the air out as possible. There, so just let it sit till you get all those bubbles out. Just make sure it's topped off. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and fill up the second one. And we're gonna do the same process. There we go. So yeah, so pretty much you can just hold these. If you have the little stand for your shocks, even better. But it should just take it a couple minutes. After a couple minutes, she should be ready for you to put the caps on. And you should be able to put everything back on. I'm gonna get right back to you guys. Okay, now that they have settled for a bit, start putting it back together. First, you're gonna start with this rubber cap right here. This is just gonna seal it up. I don't think that was enough. I wanted to seal real good, so all the way to the top. If this pushes some out, even better. There we go. Just get yourself a little towel so you can clean off the excess. There we go. Just clean off the excess fluid. Just like so. Make sure she's closed real good all around. Okay. Now we can put your cap back on. Nice and tight. Now you can put this one down, and we can go on to the second one. Make sure it's full. You're gonna get your rubber cap first. sure cylinder nice and full. Now we can put this cap back on. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now we can put the springs back on. We get the spring on. I'll put this back through the rod. And your shock should be ready to go. One down. You get to the second one. Spring back in. On. There's spring straight back in. She's nice and ready to go. Nice. Now let's get to installing these back on. Alright. You can close this up for right now. Put it to the side. And we can get to installing the shocks back on. Right. First shock. Just gotta push it through here. This is gonna be a little harder here. You gotta make sure that little hollow ball is aligned. Once you got her aligned, get one of your screws. Should go through the hollow ball, and then you're gonna screw it on. Okay, once that is on, you can push it down and you can just pop it back into the shock tower. Should be able to push it right through. There you go, should pop. Nice. Let's get to the next side. Line up the pivot ball here. Screw back in the second one. Hold that nice and tight. Push it down and pop it back on. Should be nice in there. Should be good. Oh yeah, it feels pretty good. Can adjust a little bit of. You can mess with your preload while you're at the track. See what makes it feel better. Feels pretty good for now. Now let's get to the rear. Okay, now we're going to do the rear. Don't mind my ghetto tail light. I just put it on because it got dark on me the other day. So for the rear, we're gonna have same one screw on the bottom. And we just pop it off on the top. Makes it a lot easier. So we're gonna start right here. Yeah, it's a lot. Also, it's a lot faster to use electric tools, but Most of these parts are plastic, so it's preferably not to use electric tools so you don't strip anything. You know, better to be safe than sorry. One screw out, and you can just pop it off on top. Sometimes they're a little hard, but they come out. There we go. We got one shock out. Now I can get to the other side. Also, if you guys stay tuned, I will be taking this to the track soon. See how it handles. See what it can do. It's gonna be my first time trying to actually hit a full jump at a track, which I will be trying, and I will not back down from it. Alright, this one's a little tight. Let me get it out. There we go. And it's out. Let's get to it. Alright, now that we got both of these shocks out, we're gonna do the same process we did to the front. Now I'm going to do it a little bit faster, since I already showed you guys how to do the front. It's the same process for the rear. You're gonna have a spring, this bottom part, and screw the top. Put this to the side, rubber cap, and there goes the fluid. This is almost empty. Put it next to a rag. And we can do the second one. I'm gonna push this out. Put it to the side. For this side. Just a little nitro right here. Remove the cap. Rubber cap to the side. Alright, I'm gonna get these fully drained out and cleaned, and I'm gonna get back to you guys. Alright, now that our shocks are nice and clean, we can start filling them up with our 80 weight. Yeah, these rear shocks take a lot of oil, so I had just enough on this bottle for this. She's filled up. She's gonna have some bubbles. You can see the bubbles there. You can look close. hold it. I'm just gonna wait for most of the bubbles to disappear. And I'm gonna get back to you guys. Alright. Now that we got them nice and filled up. Max it out to the top. Max it up to the top. Alright. Just make sure you have no more bubbles left. Alright. Now we can start installing these back on. You will have a small overflow, so get your rag ready. It's nice and clean. You can put this cap back on. Once you got that nice and tight, oops, I'm gonna tilt that over. Okay. Put our spring back on. Put this back through the rod. And she's ready to go. One down. Now we can do our second one. Get ready for the overflow. You want fluid to come out. If fluid's coming out, you're gonna be nice and full and sealed inside. And that's what you want. Just clean off all the excess. Got all the excess off. Put your shock cap back on. Screw this on. Make sure it's nice and clean. Put your spring back on. And you can push this back in. Like so. And your shock should be nice and ready to go. These nice shocks right here. That's just your preload. Put it back like it was. put these back in. Alright. Now let's get to the rear. We're gonna start with this side here. Put this right through here. Shove it right through. There we go. Push the screw through it. This is one of the biggest first steps for hitting jumps for me. We need to stiffen up the suspension just a little tiny. Not stiffen up, but slow down the rebound. So when you have lightweight shock oil, your shock pretty much absorbs a little bit faster because the weight of the oil is thinner. So the piston moves. I mean, the fluid goes through the piston a lot faster. So this slows it down and it helps you to hit big jumps. So your suspension doesn't rebound as hard and as fast. So I know this, I'm trying to just race it with friends. Hopefully one day I can make it race with the big boys, but for now it's all gonna be practice and learning how to get around the track. Maybe I can teach you guys a little bit of tricks if I learn. We'll see how it goes. But for now, we're just gonna make this little buggy better than what she is, little by little. And just enjoy it. Alright. Now that's nice and tight. Oh yeah, I can feel the big difference. I love it. Feels nice. So yeah guys, that's pretty much it. Upgraded shock oil. She's ready to hit the jumps. Look at that. Feels nice. Alright, hopefully you guys like this video. Hopefully you guys can change out your shock oils. Get some good stuff in there. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe. And hopefully we'll see you guys out there burning some nitro. See you guys later. Peace.